Hello, let's try to solve another Leetcode problem. Number 44, wildcard matching. And we are giving a string S and a pattern P, so implement the wildcard pattern matching with the support for question mark, and star. So for the question mark, it means any single character. For example, this is a B, and this is a C, and here is a question mark. This means the question mark can be any character, can be C, it is equal. But for this B and A, it is not equal. That is why return false. And for star, it can match any sequence of characters, including empty. So for example here, this star can be empty, they are not equal, but it can be any characters. For example, it can be A and A. So they are equal. It can return true. But for this one, the first one is A, but for the second one, there's nothing, so it returns false. Now basically this problem is going to be done with dynamic programming. For the matrix, it is 2000 times 2000, it is still okay. And S and P, S are strings, and P only with a question mark and star and any lowercase English characters. Let me first go to the whiteboard and then go to the code editor to finish the coding. So let me go to the whiteboard to explain it. So basically, I'm going to use an example like string S equals to AA and P equals to star. I'm going to consider all the situations why we can solve it using DP. This is the DP tabulation. For the wildcard matching, I used to use the tabulation to solve the problem. So first of all, I will prepare some empty strings before this AA and before the star. So when we are dealing with the DP problem, the first step is to have the initial state. So what is the initial state? It is the empty string. So I'm going to deal with the empty string. So if I have empty string with the empty string, of course this is true. And if I have a star, this means the star can be anything. The star can also be empty. This means if I have a star, I just need to check the value before it. So before it, it is a T. So it means here will still be true. Because this star can be empty. So I'm going to just check what is the Boolean value before it. So it is true. So what about the column? So the first column, this is empty because this is empty, here is true. But with A, of course, it will be false. And here another A will be false. This is why I will define my DP array. DP array always initialized with false. After that, I will set the first value as true. Because this is empty with empty, so it will be true. And also I finished the first column and first row of the DP array. Now I will go to the second step. The second step for the DP is find the transformation function. So what is the transformation function is like that. There are two conditions. One condition is a question mark. Another condition is a star. So for this example, I'm not going to check the question mark or if they are equal because it's simple. But the difficult part is the string, is the star. So how we are dealing with the star. So for example, this is a star. What is here? What is this value? It is true or false. So there are basically three conditions. So the first condition is this star can be empty. What if it is empty? So it will be here. So this empty compared with this string A, it is false. So this is the first condition. What about the second condition? So this star can be a character, one character. It can be A. If it is A, here is A, here is A. If we did the edit distance or some other DP problem, we know that if this is A and here is also A, because this star equals to A, we're gonna check the value before it, like here, this value. So if it is IZ, we're gonna check the value I minus 1 and Z minus 1. We're gonna check this one. So these are the first two conditions. But what about many? So the star can mean three things. One is empty, one is 1A, another is many. We call it many characters. Yeah. So if it has many characters, it means this star can has as many A's as possible. Yeah. So what are we gonna check? We're gonna check what about we take this A off, we take it out. So here becomes an empty string. But here, because we can have as many A's as possible, so here it just means we take this A off with the last string. Yeah. So here is a true. So this means if we take even because the star can mean as many A's as possible. So what if the star is only 1A? Yeah, it is still, of course, it is still okay. But what if the star is empty or star has 2 A's? It is still okay. But for this situation, so here is 1A. We can still compare this. Take this A out. Yeah, if we take this A out, so here we will compare this empty string to this star. As we know it, it is true. So in this case, this many A means an empty string, so it is true. Yeah. But what about the second? But what about this one? Yeah. So this one, we're gonna check the first one. So if this star is empty, we're gonna check this one here. Empty with 2 A's. Here is 1A, 2A. It is false. Yeah. If this star is empty. So what about this star has 1A? If it has only 1A. If it only has 1A like here, so this is 1A, this is A, we're gonna check dp I-1 and j-1. Yeah, if I-1 and j-1, it goes to here, it is false. So it means 1A is not possible to be true. So what about many? So the third step is to check many. If the star has many A's here, if this star has many A's, yeah, so it means if it has many characters, I mean here is A, it can be many A's. But what if this star can have many characters? If it has many characters, what about we take this off? Because a star has many characters, it means we can take this one off. It is still totally okay. Because this star can have many. So here we just take this A off. Here means many minus 1. Yeah, many characters if many is n minus 1. So we just check if we take this one off, we check if it is equal. So here this A equals to many characters. Yeah. So it is still equal. So this means it is true. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to compare all of them. So if this is 3, 1, 2, and 3, one of them is true, it means I'm going to return a true for this star situation. Yeah, so the hard part is the star means many. If it means many, so here it means we can take this one off. It didn't influence our result. Because the star has many characters, it means the character A plus n minus 1 times A is, we still have n characters, so n is many. So this means we can take this one off. If we take this one off, we still need to compare before these characters. So before these characters, they are equal. So it means it is equal. Yeah. Now let me go to the code editor to finish the coding. Use the method. Yeah. So I'm going to define R and C as row and columns. So here the row will be len s. So will be the string plus 1, and len p is pattern plus 1. Then I'm going to define a DP array. So the DP array will be, as I explained, it will be false times column, and for I or R in range R. So for this step, we defined our DP array. And then the first step will be init. Yeah, the state. So for init the state, we just need to have the dp0 and 0 to be true, yeah, as I explained. And then we are going to check the star. So for C in range 1 to C, if p C minus 1, because here start from 1, so we're gonna use the first character of the string. So here will be C minus 1, yeah, because here is 1. We use an empty string first, yeah. So this is a Y, yeah, and p C minus 1. If this equals to star, we're going to initialize the first rows. So the first row will be the dp0 C should equal to dp0 C minus 1. Yeah, so this is basically means here. Yeah, so if this is true, so if this is a star, we're gonna check the previous value. It is a t, so it will gonna be true. Yeah, it will keep the same value as the previous value. So, and then I'm going to finish the transformation function. Yeah, so the transformation function will be for r in range R and for C in range C. So here we're gonna start from the 1 because, as I explained before, the 0 will be for the first rows. It will be use this loop, and for the first value will be true. So here I will start from the 1, and also for the column I will start the index 1 as well. So we're gonna first check if this value, the string r minus 1, because here I use this r to represent. So this is why I use the capital R and C. So here similarly, I will use the lowercase r and C. If this equals to p c minus 1, so this is one condition, or p c minus 1 equals to the question mark. Yeah, so this means if the first character, for example, the character at the first character, they are equal in this situation. Here is A, or here is C, or this is a question mark. So if this is a question mark, it doesn't matter, this character. Yeah, so this is the first condition. We're gonna use dp r and C equals to dp r minus 1 and C minus 1. Yeah, so this is easy because if they are equal, we're gonna check some value before him. If they are true, it means we're gonna return true. Else, we're gonna check the second condition. Yeah, so if the p pattern C minus 1 equals to star. Yeah, if it equals to star, the dp_rc, this value, should be equal to dp_r minus 1 c, or dp_r c minus 1 or dp_r c. This means from here, yeah, if this is a star here, we're gonna check 3 values, this one, and this one. As I explained each one of them, the difficult part is this one. This one means we have many characters. We're gonna just take this out to check if they are equal. Yeah. So our result will be, let me return the result, will be dp minus 1 minus 1. Yeah. Now let me run the code to check if there are any mistakes. Yeah, it seems okay. Now let me submit it to check if it can pass all the testing cases. Yeah, for the DP problem, it is very difficult. We must, yeah, I mean the programming is easy, but it's really difficult to think. You may think about this one or this one here, but for the last one, it's really difficult to think why you need to have these three conditions, because the meaning of the star, it can be empty, it can be one, or it can be many. So yeah, for all the part, if you considered all the part, it means you can find the solution. If you only find two parts, you didn't find the last one, or you didn't find the first one or the second one, definitely you're gonna, yeah, you will not get the right solution. Thank you for watching. If you think this is helpful, please like and subscribe. I will upload more Leetcode problems like that. Thank you. Bye.